I plunged the knife into the roast beef like it had personally betrayed me, the blade slicing through the pink center with a wet schlick that echoed in the too-quiet dining room. My mother, Evelyn, sat across from me, her eyes red-rimmed and mascara-streaked, clutching a tissue like a lifeline as she sobbed about how my little brother,
Tommy,
was going to die without a kidney donor. Athena, please, she begged, her voice cracking like cheap crystal. You're his only hope. Blood doesn't get thicker than this. And in that moment, fork hovering midair, I said yes, because what kind of monster turns down her own flesh and blood when the doctor's words hang in the air like a death sentence? But monsters aren't born. They're carved out of lies. One slice at a time. That yes slipped from my lips on a humid August evening in our cookie-cutter suburb outside Atlanta, Georgia, the kind of place where magnolias bloom in manicured yards and everyone pretends the Civil War ghosts don't still whisper about grudges. I'd driven back from my dead-end graphic design gig in the city, exhaust fumes clinging to my jeans like regret, only to find the family war room assembled, Dad nursing a bourbon in his lazy boy. Silent as a stone, Tommy, pale and hooked to an four stand in the living room, looking like a ghost who'd forgotten to haunt, and Mom, the eternal hurricane, whirling through tears and ultimatums. It started 6 months earlier. Or maybe it always had. Hard to pinpoint the rot when it's marinated in Southern hospitality. Tommy was diagnosed with end-stage renal failure. The doc said, some genetic cocktail of bad luck and worse genes. Dialysis was buying time, but not much. Matches were scarce. Family tests came back negative all around except for me. O negative. Universal donor. Fate's cruel joke. I'd always been the fixer in our fractured clan, the one who patched the leaks in Mom's endless dramas, who covered for Tommy's screw-ups since he was old enough to sneak Boone's farm from the fridge. At 28, with a string of failed Tinder dates and a bank account that laughed at rent, what was one more sacrifice? The consult was brutal.
Dr.
Hargrove, a no-nonsense nephrologist with a drawl thicker than kudzu, laid it out in her office at Emory. Surgery risks, recovery hell, the whole 9 yards. It's not just a kidney. Athena, she said, peering over her bifocals. It's a life. But it's your life too. I nodded. Signed the waivers. Scheduled the pre-op like it was a root canal. Mom threw a celebration dinner that night, fried chicken from Publix, collards swimming in bacon grease. The works. Tommy hugged me weak as a kitten, whispering, "You're my hero." Cease. Dad grunted approval from behind his paper. It felt right. Heroic. Even. Until the night before the big scan, when insomnia hit like a freight train and I wandered into the kitchen for water. That's when I saw it. Mom's tablet, propped on the counter like an afterthought. Screen flickering with notifications. She'd left it unlocked, careless. Or maybe she wanted me to find it. My fingers itched as I picked it up. The cool glass a siren call.
Just a peek.
Password was Tommy's birthday. Easy as pie. Emails first. Junk. Bills. A chain from the church prayer group about miracles for our boy. Then the folders. One labeled Family Matters, buried deep. I tapped it open, heart thudding like bass at a trap concert. The first file was a scan, grainy, black and white, dated 3 years back. Ultrasound?
No.
Medical records. Tommy's. But not the kidney stuff. This was toxicology, elevated levels of oxycodone, fentanyl traces, enough to flatline a horse. Police report attached. Suspected overdose. No foul play. Overdose?
Tommy?
The golden boy. The high school quarterback who dodged scandals like they were blitzes? I scrolled. Bile rising. Court docs next. Sealed juvenile record. Expunged. Possession with intent. He'd been dealing, not just using. Pills from the family medicine cabinet. Pilfered and flipped at frat parties at UGA. Then the kicker, my name, stamped in red ink across a plea deal. Athena Marie Hargrove, accessory after the fact. What the actual fuck? I wasn't Hargrove, Dad was. But there it was, my signature. Forged or forced.
You'd bet.
Dated the night of Tommy's accident. The one where he crashed his truck into a ditch off I-85, high as a kite, and walked away with scratches while I took the heat. Mom's notes in the margins. Athena covered for him, said she was driving. Kept it quiet. Our girl. Covered? I'd blacked out that night. Or so I thought. Woke up in the ER with a concussion. Mom swearing I'd swerved to miss a deer. Tommy enscathed in the passenger seat, mumbling apologies. The cops bought it. Rich suburb. Good lawyer. But this file painted it different. I'd confessed to driving impaired. Took the misdemeanor charge to shield him. Community service. Probation. My record. Not his. And buried deeper, emails from Mom to her sponsors, church bigwigs. Local Pauls, begging for donations to save our son. Lies layered on lies. Tommy's illness, tied to some vague autoimmune bullshit, not the truth of his habit. I dropped the tablet like it burned, screen cracking on the tile. Rain hammered the roof, a southern deluge that matched the storm in my gut. Betrayal isn't a word, it's a blade twisting slow. Mom had orchestrated it all, fed me the script that night, dosed my sweet tea with just enough Benadryl to fuzz the edges. Tommy's habit? Her blind eye. Or worse, her supply from friends in pharma sales. And now this kidney play? Insurance scam? Blackmail? My organ for their absolution? Dawn broke gray and unforgiving. I didn't confront them. Not yet. Revenge isn't a scream, it's a whisper. Planned in the dark. I canceled the scan with a vague cold, bought time. Drove to my shitty midtown apartment. The skyline mocking me with its glass towers of false promises. Athena.
The fool.
Athena. The fall guy. No more. First move, dig deeper. Hired a PI off Craigslist, shady ex-cop named Ruiz. $500 retainer from my emergency fund. What are we chasing? Kid, he rasped over burner phone. Truth, I said. The kind that bleeds. He laughed. Low and knowing. Files started trickling in, Tommy's secret Venmo trail. Payouts to consultants. Mom's browser history, dark web forums on organ trafficking. Whispers of donor incentives. Not full-on black market, but skirting edges. Leveraging sympathy for cash from GoFundMe suckers. Weeks blurred into a haze of double shifts and double lives. By day, I was the dutiful daughter, visiting Tommy with Jell-O cups and 4 smiles. Surgery soon, right?
Sis? What?
Eyes glassy from pain meds, the legal kind now. Under lock and key. Mom hovered, all pearl-clutching concern, slipping me articles on hero donors. I nodded, plotting. Ruiz uncovered gold, a storage unit indicator. Rented under Mom's maiden name. I broke in on a moonless night, crowbar shaking in my grip. Inside, boxes of Tommy's trophies, empty vials, ledgers of deals. And photos.
Me.
Passed out in the truck that night. Tommy behind the wheel. Phone timestamped. Mom deleting footage from the dash cam app. Evidence she'd buried to bury me. My scream echoed off metal walls. Raw and animal. This wasn't family, it was a cage. Gilded with blood ties. Back home, their home. Never mine. I confronted the mirror. Pale cheeks. Shadows under eyes like bruises. Who was I without this anchor?
Free.
Maybe. Or damned. The plan crystallized. Expose them. But not clean. Make it hurt. Leak the files anonymously to the local rag. The AJC. Stir the pot till it boils over. But first, one more play, get close. Get the confession. Bait the trap. Thanksgiving loomed like a guillotine. Turkey and tension. Pecan pie laced with poison words. I showed up early. Pie in hand. Tablet tucked in my bag like a loaded gun. Mom air-kissed my cheek. Dad cracked a beer. Tommy shuffled in. Thinner than sin. Grace said. Platitudes exchanged. Then, over green beans, I dropped the bomb casual assault. Remember that night on I-85? Mom? The deer? Her fork paused midair. What brings this up? Honey, just thinking. About truth. About what we hide to keep the peace. My voice steady. Knife in my smile. She laughed it off. Brittle. But later, washing dishes, she cornered me. Athena, don't dredge up old ghosts. Tommy's fighting for his life. That's what matters. Is it? I pulled the tablet, hers, from my bag. Screen lit with the ultrasound file. Her face drained white as grits. Where did you? Doesn't matter. What matters is why. Why frame me? Why the lies? And this kidney thing, what's the angle? Payoff from donors? Or just control? She crumpled against the sink, sobs starting fresh. You don't understand. It was for him.
For us.
He was lost. Athena. I saved him. You'd have done the same.
No.
I wouldn't. But her tears were a script I'd seen before. This time, I recorded it, phone hidden in my apron pocket. Tell me everything, I whispered. Or it all goes public.
She did.
Spill after spill. Tommy's dealing started in high school.
Escalated postgrad.
The crash? His third strike, jail loomed. She dosed me, staged it, pled with judges for mercy. The kidney? Desperation. But twisted. Insurance wouldn't cover experimental treatments unless family donor. Unlocking funds for his rehab. Lies to donors? Just embellishments. Misdemeanors in the grand betrayal. I left her weeping, evidence burning a hole in my pocket. The revenge engine roared to life. But as I peeled out of the driveway, rain slicking the windshield, doubt crept in. Was I the villain now? Exposing them would torch the family pyre. Tommy's treatments halted. Mom ruined. Dad collateral. Yet mercy felt like surrender.
No.
They'd pay. All of them. December in Atlanta hits like a wet slap, muggy chill that seeps into your bones. Mocking the Christmas lights strung on every shotgun house. I holed up in my apartment. A shoebox off Ponce de Leon with peeling wallpaper and a fridge that hummed like a chainsaw. The recording played on loop. Mom's voice a venomous lullaby. I had no choice. Athena. Mothers do what they must. Each listen hardened me. chipped away at the girl who'd once baked apology cookies for Tommy's tantrums.
Now,
I was Athena 2.0, vengeful, meticulous, scripting their downfall like a Tarantino flick with a southern twist. Ruiz called day 3. Got more dirt. Sweetheart. Your brother's not just a junkie. He's a hustler. Shell companies. Fake charities. That GoFundMe? Half the funds siphoned to offshore accounts. Cayman Islands. Baby. His chuckle was gravel. I wired him another 500. Vision tunneling. Tommy. The kid who'd cried when Bambi's mom died. Laundering money through prayer vigils? The betrayal layered like sedimentary rock. Mom's cover up the bedrock. His greed the erosion. Plan A. Leak selective docs to the press. Not all at once. Drip feed for maximum squirm. I created burners. Twitter handle at Peach State Phantom. Email ghosts via Proton. First drop. Anonymized talks report to a tip line at Channel 2. Local hero's son. Overdose cover-up? They bid. Ran a teaser segment that night. Mom texted frantic. Dinner tonight? We need to talk. I replied, busy.
work. Lie.
I was glued to the TV, watching her world crack. The story broke full Friday. Fish fry day in the hood. Anchorwoman with the perfect bob. Questions swirl around the Hargrove family. Pillars of Roswell Baptist. Was beloved son Tommy's near-fatal crash in 2022 hushed up? Cut to stock footage of our house. Magnolias framing the porch like innocent bystanders. Phone exploded. Cousins.
Aunts.
Busybodies from Mom's bunco circle. What's going on? Praying for y'all. I let it ring, savoring the chaos. Tommy cornered me at the hospital Saturday. Post-dialysis glow like a fluorescent curse. Sis, you see the news? It's bullshit. Someone's out to get us. His eyes. Bloodshot.
Pleaded.
I almost cracked that boyish charm. The one that got him out of detention since diapers. But then I remembered the photos. His hands on the wheel while mine bore the scar of the airbag. Yeah, I said, squeezing his arm. Out to get the truth. You gonna come clean, Tommy, about the pills? The crash. He flinched, glancing at the door where Mom lurked like a hawk. Athena.
Please.
This'll kill me. Literally. The kidney card again. Played like a royal flush. I pulled back. Cold as a winter peach. Funny how everything's always about you. Left him there. Tubes snaking like lies. Mom escalated. Sunday brunch ambush at the Colonnade. Fried chicken cathedral where secrets dissolve in gravy. She slid into the booth. Dad, trailing like a whipped dog. We know it's you, she hissed. Voice low over the clatter of plates. No hello.
No pretense.
The timing. Your attitude. Stop this. Athena. For family. I forked a drumstick. Deliberate. Family? Like when you doped me and let me take the fall. Or when you lied to half of Fulton County for donation bucks. Dad shifted. Uncomfortable. He'd always been the bystander. Enabling by silence. Mom's eyes narrowed. That cunning glint. The same one that charmed juries and PDA moms. You think you're righteous?
They deeper.
Girl. We all have skeletons. Her flip. Accusation. Tommy's not the only one with habits. Remember your art school phase? The pills you popped to meet deadlines? We cleaned that up too. Bullshit. I dabbled in Adderall once. Freshman year at SCAD. But nothing like his abyss.
Still.
Doubt wormed in. Was I clean? Or just better at hiding? Brunch devolved into whispers. Threats veiled as pleas. Drop it. Or the donor match vanishes. We find someone else. Her smile.
Saccharine.
I laughed.
Sharp.
Go ahead. See how far your fairy tale flies without me. Stormed out, leaving Dad to foot the bill and her venom. Back home, the leaks ramped up. At Peach State Phantom tweeted court docs, redacted. Tantalizing. Retweets snowballed. Podcasters sniffed blood. Is this the dark underbelly of southern suburbia? One droned. Voice like molasses over gravel. Mom lawyered up.
Stonewalling.
Tommy's GoFundMe tanked. Donors pulling pledges like loose threads. Karma's a bitch in yoga pants. But antagonists adapt. Monday. Ruiz buzzed. Heads up. Your ma's talking to fixers. Shady types, private investigators of their own. And Tommy, he's lawyering too. Prepping a countersuit. Defamation. Emotional distress. Flip again. Victims now predators. I pace my apartment, skyline glittering like fool's gold. Needed an edge. Hacked mom's email, basic phishing. Link disguised as a donor update. Bingo. Chain with a consultant, Dr. Ellis. Off-books urologist. Emails about accelerated matching, bribes to jump lists. Fake profiles for donors. Not trafficking, but close enough to stink. The moral quagmire deepened. Expose this, and innocents suffer, real patients waiting, docs with families. But hold back? Let them skate?
No.
I drafted the kill shot. Full packet to the AJC. CC to DA's office. Scheduled send for Christmas Eve. Poetic. Full. Tension coiled like kudzu. Family texts turned toxic. Traitor. Selfish bitch. Tommy's plea. I love you.
Cease.
Don't destroy us.
Love.
The word curdled. I blocked them. Dove into work, mock-ups for a craft beer label. Ironic bubbles of escape. Nights. I ran the beltline.
Ponding pavement till Lungsbu ned.
Imagining their faces at the finish line. Climax brewed at the church Christmas pageant, Roswell Baptist's annual hoedown of halos and hay bales. Mom cornered me in the vestibule. Poinsettias bleeding red around us. Last chance. Athena. Her voice. Steel wrapped in silk. Confess your part, or we spill yours. That DUI you buried? The one from prom night. Another lie. Minor fender bender.
Novus.
But her eyes dared me. The flip. Mutual destruction. Tommy sidled up. Frail but fierce. We're Hargroves. We stick. Dad nodded.
Mute.
I pulled the phone. Hit play. Her confession echoed off stained glass. I dosed her. For him. Gasps rippled, ushers. Choir moms. Chaos erupted.
Holy as a bar fight.
Mom lunged for the device. I dodged. Heart slamming. Merry fucking Christmas, I spat. Bolting into the night. Cops came later. Harassment claims. But my evidence held. Leaks went viral pre-dawn. By Boxing Day. Headlines screamed. Suburban scandal. Family's kidney plea built on deception. Donations frozen. Investigations launched. Tommy's dialysis ramped. But spots on the list?
Gone.
Mom's social empire crumbled. Bunko disbanded.
Church shunned.
Revenge tasted like ash and sweet tea. I crashed on a friend's couch indicator. Scrolling Fallout. Sympathy DMs mixed with hate. You monster. Killing your brother. Hero. Exposing fraud. Polarized. Just like I'd engineered. But the twist nod. Ruiz's final file. Emailed New Year's Eve. Buried in mom's storage? A letter. My handwriting, real this time. To Tommy. Dated post-crash. I'll cover for you always.
Love. A.
Had I? Voluntarily? Memory flickered, blurry.
But there.
The night of. Before the tea. I'd found his stash. Confronted him. Let me take the wheel, I'd said. Not dosed yet.
Choice.
Sacrifice. Was mom's lie the only one? Or had I built my own cage? New Year ticked in with fireworks over the Chattahoochee. Bursts of color that lit my doubt like tracer rounds. I stared at the letter on my laptop screen, pixels blurring through unshed tears. My handwriting, loops and crosses familiar as scars. Tommy, you're my blood. I'll drive us out of this mess. Dated 11:47 p.m. Pre-crash. Mom's Benadryl came after. I'd volunteered. Then she'd nudged the narrative.
But the intent? Mine.
The betrayal boomeranged, slicing me open. Was revenge just projection? Punishing them for my own buried guilt?
Ruiz.
Ever the cynic. Shrugged over coffee at a Waffle House off 285. Kid. Families are trenches. Everyone shoots someone eventually. Hash browns scattered like shrapnel as he slid a USB across the Formica. Last batch. Your pop's involvement. Dad? The ghost in the machine? Files unspooled. Bank statements. Transfers from his construction firm to Tommy's ventures. Not huge, $5,000 here. 10 there, but steady. Kickbacks from suppliers. Funneled to keep the boy afloat. Dad's notes. Scrawled. For college fund. Discreet. College? Tommy dropped out after one semester. Tail between legs. This was grease for the wheels of addiction. Not tuition. Flip number 3, Dad. The enabler emeritus. Wasn't passive. He'd known, maybe from jump. The crash night? His truck. His insurance hike. Emails to mom. Handle Athena. She's too soft.
Soft.
The word stung. Paternal dismissal in ink. My architect father. Blueprints for bridges, but none for his daughter. The polarization peaked online. Hargrove hoax trended in Atlanta feeds, memes of mom as Scarlett O'Hara sobbing for sympathy. Tommy as the prodigal junkie. Supporters rallied. Athena's a whistleblower queen. Detractors. Cisgender betrayal. Family over fraud. Substack essays dissected. Is organ donation coercion the new blood libel? I scrolled incognito. Nausea rising. My leak had sparked a movement. Reform calls for donor transparency, but at what cost? Tommy's obituary trended too. Speculative vultures circling. Mom struck back mid-January. A cease and desist via courier. Gold embossed like a debutante's invite. Retract or regret, it menaced. Attached, affidavits from witnesses, church ladies swearing I'd always been troubled, a nod to my wild phase. Lies. Amplified. I lawyered up cheap, legal age shark named Lena. Black woman with a drawl that cut glass. They flipping the script.
Huh?
Make you the villain in your own story. We countersued. Defamation. Emotional distress.
Tit for tat.
Tommy's health cratered. Call from the hospital. Your brother's crashing. Sepsis. I drove. Wipers battling sleet.
Gut twisting.
Room 412. Monitors beeping dirge. He looked mummified. Cheeks sunk. Eyes fever bright. Athy, he rasped. Hand cold as marble.
Why?
Truth serum in crisis. Because you let me. All of you. I took the fall.
Tommy.
For what? Your high? Mom's ego? He wept. Ivy's trembling. I was scared. Wanted to be the man. Failed. Confession trickled. The dealing. The crash. Panic buy from a dorm dealer. Laced bad. Mom's cover?
His plea.
She said you'd understand. Family first. I understood.
All right.
Understood the rot was communal. Held his hand, anyway. The donor in me warring with the destroyer. Nurses bustled, Dr.
Harbro, Nori Lastion.
Irony's joke, pulled me aside. Transplant windows closing. Without it. She trailed. Eyes kind but clinical. Back in the fray. The revenge escalated. Lena leaked Dad's financials, anonymous. Of course. AJC front page. Father's firm implicated in son's shadow economy. Stock dipped. Contracts dried. Dad called. Voice whiskey rough. Athena. Enough. You're killing us slow. Good. I snapped. How's it feel? Hung up. But sleep evaded. Dreams of the crash, tires screaming. Lights blurring. My choice echoing. Wake sweat-soaked.
Questioning.
Was this justice or jihad? February frost bit deep. Mom's next flip. Reconciliation ploy. Voicemail. Voice honeyed. Darling.
Come home.
We've sinned. All of us. Therapy. Fresh start.
Bait.
Or breakthrough.
I bit.
Met at a neutral Starbucks in Buckhead. Yuppies oblivious around us. She looked haggard, roots showing. Pearls dull. I was wrong, she admitted. Stirring latte, like a potion. But you. You pushed. The leak? Vindictive.
But. Kettle, I said.
But her eyes, mirror of mine, cracked the armor. Tommy's dying. Athena.
Truly.
No games. Donate. And we confess.
Publicly.
Clean slate. The offer hung. Controversial as a third rail. Donate. Absolve? Or refuse? Seal his fate? Polarizing choice. Savior or executioner? I stalled. Heart hammering. Proof first. She nodded. Slid a thumb drive. Full confessions, videos.
Signed.
Their sins laid bare. In return, my kidney, my silence on the deal. Nights blurred, pros cons lists on napkins.
Runes till kollaps.
Lena advised, don't. It's extortion with extra steps.
Huis, kuchingafi.
Cold turkey. But blood whispered otherwise. Tommy's face in fever dreams, boy. Not monster. Decision night. Super Bowl Sunday. Stadium roar on TV. Empty beer cans my confetti. I drove to the hospital. Sleet turning to snow, rare Atlanta fairy dust. Tommy stabilized. Miracle meds. Slipped into his room. Monitor's soft symphony. I'm donating, I whispered to his sleeping form.
Peace.
Fleeting.
Preopremt.
Tests. Psych evals, irony. Them probing my motives. Healthy resentment. The shrink noted. Eyebrow arched. Mom preened. Martyr mom reborn. Dad thawed. Awkward hugs. Twitter quieted. Some hailed my redemption arc. Others, Stockholm Syndrome. Sis. Surgery Eve. Doubt tsunami. Paced my apartment. Skyline indifferent. Tablet new one. Mine glowed with a final Ruiz tip. Mom's confession video? Edited. Keyline cut. Athena knew about the dealing. Enabled it.
Lie.
Or half-truth. My letter burned in memory. I'd known. Post-crash. And stayed silent. Complicit. Rage reignited.
Nodo Unaschin.
Called it off at 3 a.m. Citing anxiety. Hospital scramble. Mom's fury voicemail. You bitch. His blood's on you. Flip final. Her mask shattered. Banshee wail. Leaked the edited vid. Full version. Annotations. Twitter imploded. Twist.
Mom's mea culpa a manipulation masterclass.
Athena Avenger spiked. Podcast debated. Is forgiveness fraud? Tommy coded that week. Refusal list. No match. I visited once. Through glass. His eyes met mine. Accusation and absolution. Love you, he mouthed. I turned away. Tears hot. Spring teased, azaleas defiant. I quit the PI. Moved to a studio in East Atlanta. Walls papered with my art. Dark abstracts. Betrayal in brushstrokes. Therapy unpacked the layers. My choice that night. The crash. Not victim. Not villain. Survivor. But revenge's echo lingered. Mom's church expelled her. Dad's firm folded. Tommy lingered in limbo. Dialysis drone. Polarized world spun on. Supporters sent fan mail. Haters death threats. I ignored. Built anew. Graphic gigs bloomed. A mural commission for a brewery. Vines choking skeletons. Yet the twist festered. Late April. Anonymous envelope. Hospital bill. Tommy's. 6 figures. Lien on my name, donor guarantee clause. Buried in waivers. They'd trapped me financial. Even in refusal. Mom's last laugh. Or desperation. Choice again, pay. Or fight. I fought. Lawsuit amended. Fraud. Elder abuse twist. Tommy now collateral in their grift. Summer heat wave hit. Decisions simmering. June in Georgia is a steam bath. Air thick as gumbo. Pressing secrets out of pores. I sweated through depositions in a stuffy courthouse off Marietta Street. Lena grilling Mom like a perp on the first 48. Evelyn Hargrove. Once the queen of cul-de-sac soirees. Now wilted under fluorescence, hair limp. Voice a rasp. Athena's twisting it, she protested. Fingers twisting her wedding band. We begged for unity. She chose war. Lena leaned in. Shark smile. Unity? Like forging her signature on that plea? Or editing your confession to gaslight? The jury peers and pleated khakis shifted. Whispers like rustling palmettos. My testimony followed. Measured.
Raw.
The crash night replayed. The tea's bitter aftertaste. My hazy yes to the wheel. I chose to protect him. I admitted. Voice steady. But they chose to bury me. Dad took the stand. Crumbling like cornbread.
I
provided support. Thought it was loans. Loans to a ghost account? The DA pounced. Financial trails damning. Tommy? Too weak for court. Submitted video depo. Pallid.
Poignant.
Sis. I fucked up. But don't let it end us. Crocodile tears. Or genuine. The gallery divided. Sniffles from his corner. Eye rolls from mine. Trial dragged. A Southern Gothic soap. Neighbors testifying to Mom's saintly fundraisers. Ex-dealers spilling on Tommy's entrepreneurial side. Evidence mounted. The storage unit hall. Seized by feds. Mom's dark web chats. Subpoenaed. Charges stacked: fraud, endangerment, conspiracy. My kidney refusal? Cleared as coercion defense. But the bill lien? Judge smacked it down. Extortive nonsense. Polar clash peaked in breaks. Protesters outside. Signs waving, Save Tommy versus Justice for Athena. Local news looped it. Vox Pop split. Family's sacred. She's a snake. Nah. She's the real victim, y'all blind? I dodged cameras. Hood up. The Avenger unmasked.
Ruiz.
Semi-retired now. Met me at a dive bar in Grant Park. Jukebox crooning Outcast. You won the battle.
Kid.
War's the hangover. He slid a beer. Foam spilling like confessions. Heard your brothers rallying. Experimental trial, some Cali doc. Stem cells or whatever. Crowdfund 2.0. Sans the lies. I sipped. Bitter. Good for him, but curiosity itched. Checked the link later. Transparent this time. Disclosures galore. Tommy's face. Scarred but smiling. Learning from mistakes. Help if you can. Donations ticked up, ironic grace. Mom, radio silence. Holed up in a rental. Dad crashing on cousins' couches. My life. Meanwhile, fractalized. Art sales spiked. Gallerina in Little 5 Points scooped my Betrayal series, canvases of fractured mirrors and shadowed kin.
Raw.
Athena speaks to the American fracture. Checks cleared rent. I splurged on a tattoo, phoenix on my rib, rising from ink scars. Dates too, cautious. With a barista named Jax. Tattoos and trust issues mirroring mine. Your story's wild, he said over IPAs at the Euclid. Like a movie. I laughed. Horror. Not rom-com. But antagonists evolve. July 4th. Fireworks over Piedmont Park. My phone buzzed unknown.
Mom's voice.
Whiskey slurred. You happy now? He's worse. You're doing.
Click.
Guilt nod. Uninvited. Drove to the hospital unannounced. Badge from old visits still valid. Tommy's room. Monitors muted. He stirred. Eyes fluttering open. Athy? That you?
Yeah.
Awkward perch on the vinyl chair. Small talk evaded. Truth barreled. The trial. It had to happen. He nodded. Tubes muffling.
No.
Deserved it.
But Mom.
She's broken.
Dad too.
We're all shards.
Shards.
The word hung. Reflective. What now? I asked. Voice small. Fight. Trial in Cali, risky. But hope. You coming? Invitation. Laced with expectation. I hedged. Maybe. Left with a squeeze. His hand warmer. Outside. Explosions lit the sky, freedom's pyrotechnics. Mocking my chains. August scorched. Trial verdict dropped like a gavel thunderclap. Mom guilty on fraud counts. 3 years probation. Restitution. Tommy and Dad lesser slaps. Community service. Counseling. No jail time. Judge cited familial pressures. Outrage online. Slap on the wrist for white-collar kinfuckery. Petition circulated. I sign none. exhausted. Celebration?
Nah.
Solo barbecue on my fire escape, ribs from Fox Brothers. Beer sweating in the heat. Jax joined. Quiet solidarity. Proud of you, he murmured, arm around shoulders. First touch without flinch. Progress. But the flip reared. Mom's appeal. Filed sneaky. Lena called. She's claiming duress. Your leaks coerced her lies. Victim flip. Round infinity. Counter. More docs. My letter weaponized against me.
See?
She knew. Enabled. Complicity circle closed. Doubt tsunami 2.0. Therapy sessions dissected. Athena. Revenge was armor. Now what?
Now?
Vulnerability. Terrifying. I visited Tommy weekly, pattern forming. Cali trial loomed. Fundraising gala planned. Ironic echo. Be my +1, he asked. Hopeful. Controversy brewed. Invite went public, backlash. Traitor to her cause? Supporters. Healing arc, real growth. I RSVP'd yes. Dress code black tie betrayal. Gala night. September swelter in a midtown ballroom, chandeliers dripping like honeyed lies. I arrived solo. Emerald gown a nod to Hope's bruise. Tommy wheeled in. Suit sharp. Crowd cooing. Mom absent. Dad nodded distant. Speeches flowed. Donors hailed.
Tommy's me culpa terger kid.
My turn? Mike passed. I'm here because blood binds. Even when it cuts.
Pause.
Room tense. But truth frees. We've all bled. Let's heal without hiding. Applause fractured, some standing, others stone-faced. Polar core. Forgiveness fool's gold. Or genuine gold. Post-gala. Jax waited curbside.
Uber idling.
Killed it, he said.
Kish soft.
Home. Tangled sheets. First night without ghosts. October leaves turned. Trial 2.0. Mom's appeal crushed. Sanctions added. She called collect from a payphone. Desperate relic. Athena.
Help.
Lost everything. No, I said. Firm. Find it yourself.
Hung up. Blocked.
Empowerment. Bittersweet. Tommy's flight to Cali booked. Funds met. Miracle math. Airport send-off. Hugs awkward. But real. Love you.
Cease.
For real. His eyes.
Clear.
Me too, I whispered. Watched the plane climb. Contrail like a scar fading. Life normalized.
Ish.
Art show in October sold out. Critics calling it visceral Americana. Jack stuck, talks of merging leases. But the undercurrent? That letter. My choice. Therapy verdict. You avenged the lie. Not the love. Growth. November chill nipped. Thanksgiving invite from Dad, neutral ground. No drama. I went. Pie in hand. Table small, us three. Voids echoing. Turkey carved. Stories swapped, careful.
Light. No bumps.
Progress.
Tentative.
Yet the twist loomed. Shadow long. December circled back. Anniversary of the blade in the roast. Full year since the hook that hooked me. Atlanta decked in lights. Vulcan Park aglow like false halos. My world, stabilized, but seismic aftershocks rippled. Jax moved in. His vinyl collection clashing with my canvases, organized chaos. Work hummed. Commission for a Netflix true crime doc. Irony's paycheck. Tommy's Cali trial? Roller coaster. Stem cells took. Rejection scares. But vitals climbed. Text daily. Labs good. Miss G.A. peaches. Emojis. Olive branches. Mom. Vanished act. Post appeal. She ghosted. Rumors of a Reno cousin's couch. Waitressing at a casino. Dad confided over coffee. She's gambling again. Small stakes. Again? Flashback. My teens. Her girls' trips to Biloxi. Dad's sighs. Another buried sin. Addiction's echo in our bloodline. Why didn't you say? I pressed. He shrugged. Coffee black as regret. Family. Athena. We cover. Cycle. The word looped. Therapy's refrain. Holiday prep stirred ghosts. Jack's strung lights. I baked. Cookies. Not apologies. Invite extended. Joint dinner. All in? Dad yes. Tommy no. Travel ban. Mom? Crickets. Eve arrived. Snow flurrying rare. Table set. Turkey thawing. Tension simmering. Doorbell. Uninvited. Mom. Bundled in thrift store coat. Eyes hollow. Heard about the dinner. Room for one more? Voice cracked. Pride peeled. Jax glanced, I nodded. Seat. Awkward grace. Wine poured. Small plates. Talk tiptoed, weather. Work. Then. Inevitable. Athena. About last year. I cut in. Fork poised.
No reas.
We're eating. She deflated. But later, dishes clinking, cornered me at the sink. I sold the house. Proceeds to Tommy's fund. Clean break. Gesture grand. Or guilt. Suspicious timing, I said. Sponge scrubbing phantom stains. Her laugh. Hollow. Fair. But I mean it. Therapy, court mandated, but sticking. Learning. Pause. Eyes searching. Forgive. The word. Loaded. Polar precipice. Absolution easy. Or earned. Working on it. I hedged. Christmas morning. Jax's gift. Leather-bound sketchbook. Pages crisp. For new stories.
Mine. Vintage turntable.
Needle for grooves. Dad dropped by. Awkward Santa with pies. Tommy FaceTime from Cali. Gonna need that kidney one day. Cease. Kidding. Laughter. Genuine. But the twist detonated noon. Certified letter.
Da seal.
Mom's final play. Plea bargain addendum. In exchange for reduced restitution, my name on a witness tampering charge. Athena Hargrove coerced false testimony via leaks. Fabricated. But seeded with my letter. Proof of prior complicity. Rage. Familiar friend. Confronted her in the living room. Holly mocking. This your clean break? Fray me again. She blanched. Letter trembling. Not me. Tommy's idea. Desperation. Trial costs spiking. Thought it'd force settlement. Tommy? The golden boy. Flipping to felon? Phone call.
Aspicoron. Sis.
It's leverage. You drop the suits. We drop this. Family truce. Betrayal's hydra. Heads regrow. No. I said. Voice ice. Leak it. All of it. Consequences cascaded. DA dismissed frivolous, but trust? Shattered anew. Tommy's trial halted. Visas revoked on ethics flags. Back to dialysis. Defeated. Mom spiraled. Arrest for check fraud. Small-time scam at the casino. Dad bailed her. Then bailed. Divorce papers filed.
Me?
Stood amid rubble. Jax held steady. Your call. Athena. Ride or rebuild. Rebuild. Lawsuits dropped. Energy to art. Love. Gallery show February. Shards and starts. Pieces of Phoenix fire. Sold brisk. Critics raved. A meditation on American kinship's knife edge. Spring bloomed tentative. Tommy stabilized. Local now, visit sparse. But civil. Sorry, he said once. Parking lot awkward. Was scared. I nodded. Me too. Mom's trial loomed summer. Petty theft. But spotlight harsh. I testified neutral. Facts.
No footy.
Judge lenient. House arrest. Amends. She wrote post-verdict. You were right. No more flips. Time would tell. Jax proposed in June. Under live oaks at Oakland. Ring simple. Quartz glint. Build with me? Yes. Breathless. Fall harvest. Wedding small. Backyard affair. Dad walked me. Tommy best man, frail but standing. Mom attended. Peripheral. No drama. Winter again. Cycle soft. No roast beef. Lasagna instead. Laughter real. Scars faint. Revenge? Not victory. But vector. Pushed us to edges. Forced reckonings. The final twist?
No need bow.
Polar still. Friends debate over beers. You too soft.
Nah.
Evolved. I smile. Ambiguous. Ending? Not happy. Not tragedy. Liminal, like Atlanta's perpetual dusk. Promise in the haze. Blood binds, but choice cuts free.
E shows.
And in choosing,
Found.